What if the most powerful kind of Disney magic isn't found in a park, or a movie, or even a story? What if it's something that raised you? Something quiet, something constant, something you didn't fully understand until later in life. Today is Mother's Day, and this episode is about that kind of magic.
Hello, and welcome back to Jacob's Guest Lounge Stories Behind the Magic of Disney. Within every memory, there is magic. You're my guest.
So let's talk about it. When I think about my mom, I don't think about one big moment. I think about consistency. Small lessons, everyday choices, things that didn't feel important at the time, but it shaped me in ways that I only understand now. One of the biggest things she ever taught me was simple. It's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. At the time, it sounded like a saying. But over time, I realized that it wasn't about money, it was about value, especially when it comes to friendships. She wasn't loud or dramatic, just steady. And she noticed more than I ever realized. Like when I used to drive to school, she was always strict about wearing a seatbelt. And sometimes I think it's just a short drive, so I wouldn't always buckle up. But somehow, she knew. And when I asked her how, she'd just say, and quote, "I'm a mom." At the time, it felt like an instinct, or I could have perhaps assumed, is that a superpower you have? Now I realize it was attention, care, knowing me better than I knew myself. What's the one lesson from a mother figure in your life that stayed with you over time? Now think of a moment when someone cared enough to notice something small about you, and it ended up shaping who you became. When I think about Disney stories, I start to see that same presence. Not in the loud characters, but in the quiet ones. For example, Mrs. Jumbo in Dumbo. A mother protecting her child no matter what the world thought. Or Kala in Tarzan choosing love by raising someone completely different from herself and giving him a place in the world. These aren't background characters. They're the foundation of the whole story. Because in Disney storytelling, the ones who guide us quietly shape everything that comes after. Picture those moments not as animation, but as real memory, protection, comfort, guidance that changes the direction of a life. But when I step back and think about it, this isn't really about Disney at all. It's about something much closer, something personal. My mom is one of the main reasons I became a Disney fan in the first place. That love for stories, imagination, and meaning started with her. My grandmothers each shaped me in different ways too. My paternal grandmother is one of the reasons that I have a bracelet tattoo of playing card suits. It represents creativity, memory, and connection that I carry with me every day. And my maternal grandmother, the best way I can honor her is simple. A toast of red wine in her memory. It's my way of celebrating the love and wisdom and presence that she left behind. Both her and my mom are avid writers, and I carry that with me as well, and I've been doing it for 15 years and counting. Because when you really think about it, these aren't just memories. They become part of who you are. Picture someone in your life who shaped you quietly over time, not through speeches, but through presence. What's a small moment from your past that didn't feel important at the time, but means something completely different now? Because when we talk about magic, we usually think of something big, but most of it isn't. Most of it is quiet. It's patience, repetition, presence, and those small things don't disappear. They build something inside you over time, something that stays. Think of one small moment that shaped you more than you realized at the time. And who in your life represents that kind of quiet, lasting impact? If there's someone in your life who has been that kind of presence, a mom or a grandmother, even anybody who showed up for you, take a moment to tell them, not because you have to, but because it matters. To all the moms, grandmothers, and mother figures out there, thank you for the quiet work, the patience, the lessons that shape more than we realize. And to my own family, thank you for shaping who I am today. Because that kind of love doesn't always announce itself, but it never leaves you. Happy Mother's Day.
This Mother's Day, what part of Disney feels most like home to you? We've got a poll up. Go vote and tell me why.
And before we go, I have a little surprise for all of you. While we're gearing up for season 2, I couldn't resist giving you a little taste of the fun ahead.
Coming soon on May 26th.
Goofy Day! That's right, a special bonus clip celebrating everyone's favorite goofball, filled with laughs, little known stories, and a whole lot of heart. It'll be a perfect bridge between seasons, and I can't wait to share it with you. And of course, season 2 kicks off on June 9th, celebrating Donald Duck Day. We'll dive into why Donald Duck is such an important character in Disney history, and why, in my opinion, he deserves just as much recognition as Mickey Mouse. And I also have another announcement to make. I now have a website that is live. It's www.loungewithjacob.com. It's a great way to share your Disney story. And if you want to tell me about the Disney movie that means the most to you, or even be a future guest on the podcast, by visiting the website, you can go on to Guest Lounge Stories, and within that page, you can send your story, or you can also fill out the contact and forms location, and this will be the part where you can submit the questions that are available. Your story can be featured on the show, and I can't wait to hear it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please follow the podcast and give a 5-star rating on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you have a moment while you're on Apple Podcasts, write a quick review. Your feedback helps the show grow and reach more listeners who love Disney stories just like you. Thank you for supporting the podcast. It means the world. So stay tuned, keep the magic alive, and I'll see you all back here in the lounge.